Number 1 says the average height of a man in the United States is 69 3/10 of an inch. The average height of a woman in the United States is 63 8/10 of an inch. How much taller is the average man than the average woman? So again, if it says how much taller, we know that we're subtracting. So we have 69 3/10 minus 63 8/10 equals x. So then we actually have to solve. So the biggest thing when subtracting decimals is to make sure to line them up. 3 minus 8 we can't do, so we have to borrow. 13 minus 8 is 5. 8 minus 3 is 5. 6 minus 6 is 0. So the average man is 5 5/10 taller than the average woman. Number 2 says, what is 11/12 of 6? So again, if we have 11/12 of 6, that means multiplied. 6 is the same thing as 6 over 1. So 11 times 6 is 66. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 goes into 66 5 times with 6 left over. So 5 6/12 or 5 1/2 would be your answer. Number 3 says the library spent 5/8 of its budget to buy new books. They set aside 1/12 of that money to buy young adult novels. Well, part of the budget went towards buying young adult novels. So they spend 1/12 of, or times, 5/8 to buy adult or young adult novels. So 5 times 1 is 5. 12 times 8 is 96. So they spent 5/96 of their budget to buy young adult novels. Number 4 says solve. So the first one is 3 1/4 minus 1 5/6. Since we have 4 and 6, we have to find a common denominator. So 4, 8, 12, 16. 6, we have 6, 12. So right there, we can turn them both into 12ths. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. So now we have 3 3/12 minus 1 10/12. So 3/12 minus 10/12 we can't do, so we have to borrow from our 3, which becomes a 2. And then we add 12/12. So now we have 2 15/12 minus 1 10/12. So we start with 15/12 minus 10/12, which is 5/12. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer to number 1 is 1 5/12. Number 2, or letter B I should say, 6/7 minus 5/9. Again, we don't have a common denominator, so we have to list our multiples. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63. So the first one that works would be 63. 7 times 9 is 63. 6 times 9 is 54. 9 times 7 is 63. 5 times 7 is 35. So now we have 54 63rds minus 35 63rds. So that would be 19 over 63. Number 5 says write the decimal 1,072 39 thousandths in expanded form. So I have 1 times 1,000 plus, I have a 0 in my hundreds place, so I don't have to write it. I have a 7 in my tens place. I have a 2 in my ones place. A 0 in my tens place, so again, I don't have to write it. A 3 in my hundredths place. And then a 9 in my thousands place. In words, it's 1,000, 72, and for that decimal place, 39 thousandths. Number 6 says solve. So the first one is 25 thousandths times 10 to the third. Since I'm multiplying, I move the decimal point to the right 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 25. B says 10 to the 5th times 25 hundredths. So again, I'm multiplying. So I moved the decimal to the right 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I add zeros where they are missing. So my answer is 25,000. 2 and 5 tenths times 10 to the second. Again, I'm multiplying, so I'm moving my decimal to the right 2 spots. 1, 2. So my answer is 250. In the last one, again, I'm multiplying, so I move to the right 1 spot. So my answer is 25 hundredths.